How did you go about seeking advice as you prepared for parenthood?
In a very traditional way, come to think of it, I have a decent amount of friends, percentage wise, of my friend base, people that I know who have kids, and mostly young children. From them, I observed, and I realized I'd been observing all along, which was nice. I realized, oh, I know how these little humans act, at least on paper. I've observed them. I also have two nieces and I have two nephews, and they both came into my life within the past 5 years. That was another observational thing. I wasn't asking questions, I was just around. I watched. I had one friend of whom I asked many questions, and I sort of focused in on him. It was like he was my professor and I was his student, and I was the person that came to office hours, waiting outside his door before office hours and spending as much of his time as I could. Uh, it was so in many ways it was a nice targeted uh, attack on knowledge.
Yeah.
I surrounded myself with experience, others' experience,
Yeah.
and then I after that sort of set into play a very intense one-pronged attack
Yeah.
on a friend of mine that has two small children.
Yeah. And with that, did you ever hear from your friends, oh, don't worry about that question. That's not the question you need to be asking. You should be asking this question.
Never like that. Every question was answered sincerely, though the implication would often come through that I realized, okay, that's not something I need to concern myself too much with.
Mm-hmm.
That it'll be in a that'll all be fine way. I now know what it's like being a father now. No question is too odd, or no question is too stupid, as they say.
Yeah.
And it was answered honestly. And that tells me something. It told me something subconsciously about parenting. And now that I'm a parent, I see where they were coming from. Every question is legitimate.